Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Cave Story. So here we are getting the second to last dog, and this puzzle actually has kind of a trick to it. You're really supposed to use the map system to figure out what the safe path you can take is. The catch is, if you just kind of try to like walk into the next room from where that save point is, a big sand croc will come out and bite you, so that's you know, that'll be a bad time. That's something you don't want to have happen. Particularly since I only have 12 life left right now, and those take off 10 every single time, so I would be in a very rough spot. In fact, I'll be lucky just to get back to that lady's, to Jenka's house with her dog without getting killed by these, you know, T-Rex skulls and Toucan Sam hellish, nightmarish, twisted versions. That's probably my least effective naming that I've ever done in a Let's Play video so far, but you know, I aim to set that bar a lot lower, so keep paying attention. So we'll just bring this to Jenka, and then there will only be one puppy left to get in the fetch quest, which is nice because, you know, I'm getting pretty doggone tired of it. You get it? Like her dogs are gone. But also, I am just kind of getting sick of this puzzle, or this fetch quest. Game overdoes the fetch quest a little bit. Obviously, by and large, it's still a fantastic game. Actually, probably one of my favorite games that I've ever played in my entire life. But it is a bit heavy on the fetch quests. It's very Japanese in that style. I'm just lucky that there hasn't been an escort mission. Although, actually, that comes up a little bit later, I guess. She's like, "Are you after the storehouse key?" Yeah, no, that's pretty much what I'm here for. It only took me an hour and a half to tell you. Or for you to tell me what I want, considering I never say anything. So of course, with only one puppy left, we will practice judicious saving, and then we will come out this way. Now, with only one puppy left, unfortunately we have to go all the way through this Toucan Sam Gangster's Paradise down here, and then come out safely on the other side. So this is actually the hardest traversal of this area that I will have to do, because I have to take out pretty much every enemy in the air. The ones on the ground, not too much of a problem, but the ones in the air are the hardest ones by far, which is why I'm using the missiles right now. Normally, I tend to use the missiles quite sparingly, in that I only use them on bosses, but, you know, anything to make this part a little bit easier on myself, I don't mind. And particularly with missiles at level 3 and so many, like, recharge points, it's not a huge problem right now if you overdo them. We'll get a chance to refill our missiles before the boss. A couple of times before the boss, actually. So, when you got anything with a slope, the fireball is by far the best weapon to use. I had a lot of comments so far that are saying, like, if you use the fireball to kill any more enemies in the air, I'm gonna blow my fucking brains out. Well, you know, I'm sorry that I'm not as much of a maestro at Cave Story as some of you people are, but, I like the fireball, and, you know, I'm sorry to spoil it, but I'm gonna use it on some airborne enemies. I know that it's not the most effective weapon, but so many times it's the only weapon that I have at level 3 because, you know, keep a secret, but I kinda suck at this game. Well, I don't suck at it, like, I'm not inept at it, I'm just not as good as some of the masters out there on YouTube. You can find masters of anything on YouTube as long as people don't actually have to put their money where their mouth is. Anyway, I kind of sound like I'm QQing right now, which is not my intention. Just, you know, get used to this fireball situation, because here it comes again. These birds are kind of a pain in the ass if you don't have a level 3 Polar Star, which I don't because I've been hit about 1,000 times in the sand zone so far. But, which is actually a shame, because I really love the Polar Star. It's probably my most favorite weapon to use in the game. I mean, it just feels satisfying to use for some reason. So I try to use that whenever possible, but because I have it equipped so often, it also means that it takes the most hits when it comes to experience, so it's hard to keep it leveled up. But once you can get it leveled up, it's a beast, as you saw in the earlier videos. But a lot of people are actually asking, you know, what weapon are you going to trade the Polar Star for? Or just wondering why I didn't take it for the machine gun. I've done a playthrough with the machine gun before, and it's good, but this time I'm going to take a different weapon. I'm going to try to... I guess I won't tell you to spoil the surprise, but most of you who have played the game will probably know what weapon I'm trying to get, because it's significantly better than the other guns that you can trade your Polar Star for. And you can only trade your Polar Star once, so, you know, you gotta be cautious. It's like, when you get that Eevee in Saffron City in Pokemon Red or Blue or Yellow, you know, you can only give it one type of stone. Do you want to give yourself a Flareon, a Jolteon, or a Vaporeon? And it sounds like I did my Pokemon research before this video, but actually I just remember it because I'm that much of a nerd. I actually had a poster of all the original 150. Sorry, did I say original 150? I meant only 150 on my board, or on my wall when I was a little kid. And in that kind of apropos of nothing rant about Pokemon, you might have seen me gather that last puppy, so we're getting pretty close to the end here, thankfully. Once we take this back to Jenka, we'll be able to advance the story again and come to the beginning of the end of our time in the Sand Zone, which is nice for me, because this is one of the more frustrating areas in the game for me, not just because it's, 85% fetch quest, but I just have a hard time with the enemies, and once we move into the Labyrinth, which comes next, not to spoil anything, not that you'd know what that is if you haven't played the game, but once we get into that, things start to pick up for me a little bit. So we go into Jenka's house, and we see that Balrog has basically prison raped her over here in the corner and taken her storehouse key. We go and talk to her, and we're like, we told you, Jenka, you should have just given the key to the good guys. Instead, you frail 86-year-old woman, you kept it on your person, and, surprise, surprise, someone beat it out of you. I like how she gives you a life potion, like, here, you might need this. Why couldn't you give this to me before I ventured into the fucking desert of the damned to get your dogs? But in any case, see you guys next time.